What's up, Weird News fans? Welcome to another episode of the ORUP, where we bring you the world's wildest and wacky news. And this week, I have 3 utterly ridiculous stories to share with you guys. This week, we have a man who rescued a dog from a fire that didn't really happen. We have a serial masturbator ejaculating on unsuspecting people in the Dollarama. And believe it or not, a ghost pepper almost killed a man. Let's get right into the news. Now, our first story comes out of Saratoga Springs, New York, where a very brave man drove his car into a house in order to rescue a dog from a fire. All was well until it became apparent that the man was hallucinating on LSD. Michael Orchard, the would-be hero, was arrested after he drove his car into his neighbor's house when he thought that it was on fire. Now, according to reports, the 43-year-old went around his neighborhood knocking on doors trying to get help. And nobody probably helped him because they were like, hey, there's some weird crackhead at the door. And they're like, no, don't answer it, he's probably fucked up. He then took problems into his own hands and drove his black BMW into his neighbor's house. Of course, a douchebag is driving a BMW. This was like some straight Hollywood business too, because he drove apparently through a fence, burst through the back door of his neighbor's house, and saved the dog from certain death in the inferno. According to reports, Orchard was standing heroically with the little white dog when police arrived. Damn right. He's like, I just rescued this dog from a fire. I swear there was a fire. There was a dog, but there was no fire, troopers said. Orchard allegedly told him that he mixed cough syrup with LSD. I'm gonna write that down. What a cough syrup and LSD. Because that sounds freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Now, neighbors who didn't want to appear on camera said this is not the first time that Orchard has caused them problems. Apparently, this is kind of like a somewhat regular thing for him. He gets all jacked up on hallucinogens and destroys property in their neighborhood. Authorities didn't charge Orchard with any crime relating to the drugs because no drugs were found on him. He is facing 2nd-degree burglary and 3rd-degree criminal mischief. He's being held on $15,000 bond. The dog and the homeowners were not harmed. Also in the news, police have arrested a man after a lewd act at a local dollar store. Lee Curtis McNeil Jr., 25, of 408 Salem Street in Thomasville. Why do they put his address in the news story? I'm not going to his house. Should we go to his house? He's probably going to masturbate on us. Thomasville has been charged with 2 counts of felonious indecent liberties with a minor. I don't know what that means, but he jerked off and came on somebody. 2 counts of felonious indecent exposure and sexual battery. The 28-year-old female victim told officers that a man brushed up against her in the dollar store while she was standing in line with her 6- and 7-year-old daughter. And it was only after that she realized that the man had somehow deposited semen on her. Can you imagine how fucking awful that would be? Is that? Ooh. Thomasville police reviewed the store's security camera footage, which showed the man masturbating in the store. This is awful. Why did I choose this? And then making contact against the victim. Oh, awful. The suspect left the area before the victim realized what happened. Obviously, you're not expecting someone to come and flick jizz on you in the Dollarama. That's just fucking awful. We really live among some vile people, don't we? Neil received a $100,000 secure bond and was placed in the Davidson County Jail. His court date is from November 30th. Thank God this guy is locked up. That is also in the news. Guys, did you ever think that a pepper could do some damage to you and even kill you? Now, I always knew, like, you know, peppers are extremely uncomfortable to eat, obviously, especially when you're talking about like a ghost pepper or like one of those Carolina Reapers or like one of them Trinidad Scorpions or whatever the hell they're called. Now, the 47-year-old American man was taking part in an eating contest in which he ate a burger with a paste made out of ghost peppers. Now, the ghost pepper has a Scoville rating of over 1 million. And if you're a normal person, you have no clue what the Scoville rating is. But it's a measurement device for spiciness. Now, after he ate this burger, he almost immediately began violently projectile vomiting. And so much so, it tore a hole in his esophagus. So it wasn't the pepper so much as it was his violent regurgitation. His body rejecting the ghost pepper puree. Absolutely brutal. So this can actually kill you if you. Luckily, doctors quickly diagnosed the tear. However, the unnamed man spent 23 days in hospital, and that's in America. So you know that's no government cheese. Probably cost this guy a fortune, all for some bullshit burger eating contest. Well, that's the show, guys. Thanks for watching, and share it with anybody you know that likes the news of the weird and bizarre.